Sarah Chen had been filling prescriptions at the small-town Walmart pharmacy in Cedar Falls, Iowa for 12 years. Same white coat, same gentle smile, same patient explanations about drug interactions and dosages. Customers knew her as the pharmacist who always took time to answer questions, never rushed anyone, and somehow always found ways to make expensive medications more affordable. What they didn't know was the composition notebook she kept hidden beneath her counter, a detailed record of every family she'd helped, every insulin prescription she'd paid for out of her own pocket, every child's asthma inhaler she'd quietly covered when parents couldn't afford it. Welcome to the human ledger, where we record the stories that matter most. Stories of silent heroes, forgotten legends, and extraordinary people hiding in plain sight. Before we begin this powerful tale of compassion, sacrifice, and unexpected discovery, tell us in the comments which city you're watching from today. And if you believe these forgotten legends deserve to be remembered, subscribe and help us keep their stories alive in the ledger of human greatness. Cedar Falls, Iowa was a classic Midwest town of 40,000 nestled in America's heartland. Established among cornfields and soybean farms, it featured a main street with a Walmart, a Casey's General Store, and the local bank. Winters were harsh, summers humid, people hard-working and humble. A place where everyone knew everyone, neighbors helped neighbors, but everyone still maintained their own pride and privacy. Dr. Sarah Mei-Lin Chen had become an invisible part of this community. 42 years old, medium height, black-haired Chinese-American, daughter of immigrants from Taiwan, graduate of Drake University School of Pharmacy. Her speech was soft but precise, movements economical but careful. For 12 years, every morning at 8 a.m., she'd turn the key to the Walmart pharmacy, serving customers until 9 p.m. Cedar Falls residents loved Dr. Chen but didn't truly know her. Polite, helpful, reliable. Never married, no children. Lived alone in a small apartment on Main Street. Didn't attend church but never judged anyone. Didn't participate in social events but was kind to everyone. A perfect neighbor but a distant person. But Sarah's real story was far more complex. Every morning when she arrived at Walmart, Sarah didn't just check medications. She studied customer files. But what she really examined were prescription histories, insurance situations, payment difficulties. Who took which medications how frequently? Who experienced insurance coverage problems? Who faced economic hardship? She categorized this information in her mind, creating priority lists. The composition notebook she kept locked in the drawer beneath her counter was the heart of this system. Each page contained a different family, a different story. Johnson family, Tim, 8 years old, type 1 diabetes. Humalog insulin, monthly cost $280. Father lost job May 2018. Mother works part-time as cashier. Insurance coverage insufficient. Last 6 months covered from personal fund, Williams family, Emma, 12 years old, severe asthma. Pro Air inhaler, monthly $95. Grandmother managing on retirement pension. Winter months more difficult. Emergency fund activated Rodriguez family, Maria, 67 years old, high blood pressure and cholesterol. 3 different medications, monthly $150. Retired, no Medicare gap coverage. Cost reduced with alternative generics, but still difficult. Sarah's notebook contained 127 families. People she'd systematically tracked, helped, and covered from her own salary for 12 years. So how did she do it? As a pharmacist, Sarah earned $95,000 annually. Good money for Cedar Falls. But Sarah's lifestyle was very modest. $600 small apartment, 2015 Honda Civic, grocery shopping only discounted items, no vacations, no luxury items, no dining out. She allocated 60% of her salary to her help fund. Her system worked like this. When a customer brought an expensive medication prescription, Sarah would first research insurance options. Was there a generic alternative, manufacturer discount available? Could they apply for patient assistance programs? If none worked, Sarah would reduce the price, citing system error or special discount. She'd pay the difference from her own card. This system worked perfectly for 12 years. Until that Tuesday in November 2019. Sarah was restocking pharmacy shelves as usual. The envelope she carried in her front pocket, that week's list of families needing help, fell out while opening a drawer. Just then, Mrs. Dorothy Patterson had come to pick up her diabetes medication. Dorothy Patterson, 73 years old, one of Cedar Falls' most well-known residents, retired teacher, widow, active in church committee, also one of the town's biggest gossips, well-intentioned but curious. As Dorothy picked up the envelope from the floor, her eyes caught what was written outside. Emergency Fund, Johnson Family Insulin, $340. Dr. Chen, Dorothy said curiously. What's this? Sarah froze. After 12 years, she'd been caught. Just a note, Sarah mumbled, but Dorothy had seen what was inside the envelope. Cash receipts, handwritten notes, a list of names, and most importantly, the Johnson family, Dorothy's neighbors. Sarah, Dorothy said seriously, are you paying for the Johnsons' medications? Sarah remained silent for a long time, then gave up. Not just theirs, she said slowly. Dorothy's mouth fell open. How many? Sarah pulled out the notebook from under her counter. 127 pages. 127 families. All of them, she said. Dorothy opened the notebook, turned the pages, saw names she recognized, neighbors, friends, people she knew from church. All their stories were here. Dr. Chen was helping all of them. Sarah, Dorothy said through tears, you're an angel. No, Sarah said, I'm just a doctor, and doctors help sick people. When Dorothy went home, she immediately called church pastor Reverend Miller. He called town mayor Frank Wilson. He called local newspaper editor Jenny Adams. Within 24 hours, half of Cedar Falls had learned what Dr. Sarah Chen had been doing for 12 years. The next day there was a line outside the pharmacy door. But not people coming to get medicine, people coming to say thank you. Linda, Tim's mother from the Johnson family, hugged Dr. Chen through tears. Tim could have died without you, she said. We couldn't afford insulin. Martha, Emma's grandmother from the Williams family, grabbed Dr. Chen's arm with trembling hands. Why? She asked. Why did you do this? Sarah thought. For 12 years no one had asked this question. Because health is not a privilege, it's a right, she said. And I do what I can. That evening, a reporter from local news channel 8 came. The next day, Sarah's photo was on the front page of the Cedar Falls Gazette. Local pharmacists secretly helped 500 people over 12 years. The news spread throughout Iowa, then went national. CNN, FOX News, NBC, all came to Cedar Falls to interview Dr. Chen. But the real change happened in the town. The city council gave Dr. Chen the title of honorary citizen. The church held a special service. Local banker Mark Stevens came to Sarah. Dr. Chen, Mark said, you did this with your own money for 12 years. Now the whole town wants to help you. The Cedar Falls Community Health Fund was established. The first week raised $50,000. The first month, $150,000. By year's end, $300,000. Now Sarah wasn't alone. The entire town had become part of her system. Corporate Walmart office called. Sarah thought she'd be fired. But the opposite happened. Dr. Chen, said the regional manager, you perfectly represent Walmart's values. We're offering you a promotion Sarah declined. She would stay in Cedar Falls. 2 years later, Sarah's story became a book. The Pharmacy Angel, How One Woman Changed a Community. All proceeds from the book were donated to the Cedar Falls Health Fund. Now Dr. Sarah Chen still works at the Walmart pharmacy, but no longer in secret, with the town's official support. And every year hundreds of people come to Cedar Falls to see the pharmacy angel. For Sarah, the most beautiful moment is when the children visit. Now grown-up Tim Johnson is going to college, wants to study medicine. Emma Williams is a high school senior, decided to become a pharmacist. Dr. Chen taught me this, Emma says. Sometimes the biggest changes start with the quietest actions. Dr. Sarah Chen hid her identity for 12 years, secretly helping. And when Dorothy Patterson found that envelope, she changed not just a secret, but the soul of an entire community. Because sometimes the greatest heroes wear white coats, fill prescriptions, do good deeds unseen. And when the right person asks the right question at the right time, a silent action can change the entire world. So I ask you, have you ever met someone like Dr. Chen? Someone who does good without anyone knowing? Write their name in the comments. If this story touched you, subscribe and share. At the Human Ledger, we promise never to forget those who do silent good deeds.